Welcome to Baxter Yoga. I'm Baxter and I'm here at the Sun and Moon Studios in Arlington, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. Thanks again to Annie and Amir, the owners of the studio, for hosting me this weekend and also making the space available so I could record some of these practices for you. So today we're going to work on one of the more physically challenging poses in yoga called side plank pose, Vasishtasana, and we're going to use a chair with a blanket over the back rung of the chair to protect the wall from getting scratched up. And it's pressed right up against the wall firmly. I have my sticky mat underneath it so the chair is not going to go anywhere else. And we're going to come into this version of side plank pose from a chair version of downward facing dog. So I'll talk you through both of those. I'll stay for a couple breaths in the pose. I'll show it to you facing the camera, and then I'll let you take a look at what happens on the back side as well, so you have a chance to see it from both angles. Okay? And today we're not going to worry about stacking the feet. We're going to have the feet a little bit apart. This provides a more stable base. And of course, this pose is really great for strengthening the side body and just a general good strengthener overall for the entire body. So turn to face the chair, and then really easy, you can bend your knees if you want. You're going to put your hands on the front edge of the chair so my hands don't drop over the edge, but they're right at it. My fingers spread wide, and then you're going to walk back to the back edge of your mat, and then you're going to push, keeping sure the hands have a nice firm press on the seat of the chair. You're going to push your hips back, bring your head between your arms and come into a half dog on the chair. Now from here, we're going to come into a modified plank pose. So you'll notice that my shoulders do not come forward all the way over my wrists, but my body is in the plank position. Once I'm here with my feet a little wider apart, I'll tip to one side. The edges of my feet come down, and then very efficiently I want to turn away from the chair. That moment from here to here is where the shoulder has the greatest challenge. Once I'm there, my arm can reach out, more or less in line with the other arm. And again, I might stay for just a couple breaths as I get stronger. I could stay for 6 or 8 breaths, half a minute to a minute, but work up to that gradually. And then as I turn back, my heels spin up, my hand comes down, I press back to downward dog, and then I walk back to the chair and come up smoothly. It's nice to shake the hands out a little bit, because that's a lot of work for the wrists and the hands, a lot of weight in the wrist area. Let's do the second side so that you can see it from the other direction. So I bend down, I bring my hands into position, I walk my feet back towards the back edge of my mat, I press back into the half dog on the chair, or the chair version of down dog. I come into the high plank, trying to get the body set up very nicely, and then pivoting the feet over to my right, I'm going to bring my left hand up and then reach it out. So I'm really strong here. The head could be neutral. You could look it up for a moment, but I prefer looking forward. And then as you exhale, turn back, come into the dog position for a moment, and then walk forward and come up and out. Do some circles with your wrists, shake them out really good. Take your time building up into more time with the chair version. The chair version is typically easier than the version done down on the ground. So today, Vasishtasana, using a chair at the wall. Play around with that this week in your practice. Thanks for joining me. Please follow me on my website, baxterbell.com, on my blog site, Yoga for Healthy Aging, and look for longer practices on the practice channel at yogauonline.com. Until the next time, from the DC area, namaste.